Welcome along to another episode of DTTV with Sim. Today's tutorial is going to be looking at reading and understanding technical drawings or orthographic drawings. So far on the course, you've created a model, so you've created the one stud Lego block. From that, you've now come along and you've created your first technical drawing. Important aspects of your technical drawing are as follows. What we've got, we have solid lines which sit around the outside and they denote solid edges that we're looking at. In addition, we then have these dotted lines. Now the dotted lines are hidden detail. What that means is that you can see inside the block, i.e. you can sort of see through the front face. In the middle, we've got these longer dashes and short dashes, longer dash. That's a centre line, so that means that everything either side of it is pretty much symmetrical. You'll notice this centre line here does not extend as far as the Lego logo that's on top. That's because that isn't actually symmetrical. We also have centre marks. Basically they're in the middle of circles and show us exactly where the middle. Because the centre mark is completely in the middle of this circle, we can tell that this circle was drawn right in the middle of this face. So it means that we can understand that rather than being 7.8, we're looking at 3.9 in the middle. Okay, so that's the first one. We've got our isometric view here, and it's always laid out in these three views in an L shape. This is third angle. Okay, so third angle means that what we're doing is, this is our first view. This view here is actually as if we were looking from the right hand side of the paper over here, looking towards the edge of this block here, and this is what we would see. Equally, this view up here is us looking down on the top of this view, and that's what we would see. So we can see how we're looking straight down at it. Okay, so that's the first technical drawing you've done. The next tutorial we're going to do is going to talk you through making this shape, which is obviously a Lego slope. There's aspects which are very similar. So the back section is relatively similar, but now we've got a shell underneath with a spigot and some webbing, because that allows you then to attach other Lego blocks to the bottom with other studs. If we look at the next technical drawing, you can see it's more detailed than the first one that you've been looked at. What we've got is we still have this centre mark that tells us where the circle is, and you can see that's 3.9 from that top edge. To draw this particular shape, what we need to do is to break it down into component parts and work out what the easy views for us to draw are. Now clearly we've got this sloping section, and we could draw this view, but it would take more time than is necessary. The easiest thing is to draw the view that's got the most simple shape and then chop from that. So what I can do, I can look at this and I can recognise that there is a rectangle around this, which is the bottom of this shape, and then I can extrude that up. And from there, I then know that I've then got this circle, which sits 8 along here, and then 7.8 from that side, so it's not actually directly in the middle. That then allows us to understand where this piece sits in here. We also then have the slope. Now the slope, we have a leader line here. This is the end of the leader line with the arrow, and points at this line here. So I know that it's 8mm from there to this corner point here. Equally, the leader line along here, which marries up to the top edge, shows me that it's 7.5 down to this corner here. So that will allow me to chop that section out. When we look at this, we can see there's a variety of hidden detail, and it's important that we don't get confused. We have this section here, this line here, and when we look at that, because obviously we are looking through the block, we can see that line is represented here. Not to be confused with some of the other lines that are sitting below it in other angles. We've got lines which are looking along this internal edge, then this line, with that line over the top of it. So when we look at this, we can see that first line of the inside of the crease into the either sides of the web, which is that one and that one. Okay, it's important that as you go through this tutorial that you pay attention to what's happening, because what will happen is that you will then be asked to then make your next block. The next block is a double, so it is this block, which is slightly different. It's got no web inside it, which makes it slightly more simplistic, but you are going to have to work out how to make this ring underneath when you do it, and equally you've got two particular studs. Because obviously you're going to have to make this shape yourself, it will refer back to a variety of previous aspects that you have done. So you're going to end up having this technical drawing, so you can see here We can see inside the product, we can see where this circle sits, and also we can see that the centre lines here dictate where these particular circles are. So this one utilises techniques that you've used in the other two technical drawings previously, i.e. the one that you've already made and the one that you are about to make in the next tutorial. So bear in mind how you're going to go about doing the chamfer, and also probably refer to the technical drawings as you go through the process to make sure you're really happy with which lines refer to which aspects on the technical drawing. Obviously if you've got any problems, then please ask. Thank you very much. That's been DT TV.